All right, so today we are working on ratio word problems. We're going to think about what strategies we can use to solve. Ratio tables and tape diagrams are two really useful ways to solve ratio problems, and we're going to talk about those today. You have this paper with you that you're filling out as we go, and you'll be answering some questions. I'm going to stop and pause and have you answer some questions as well. So let's look at the first one. At an ice cream shop, the ratio of sugar cones sold to waffle cones sold is 6:5. If there are 42 sugar cones sold, how many waffle cones would be sold? Our first thing we need to figure out is what is being compared. Go ahead and answer that question now. So we were comparing sugar to waffle. The order is really important. Next, we need to figure out what is the ratio. Go ahead and answer that now. Ratio of sugar to waffle is 6:5. Again, that order is really important. Our next piece of information is there are 42 sugar cones sold. So now I need to think, okay, what can I do to solve this? I'm going to have us start with a tape diagram for now. So we're going to take our sugar to waffle. Our ratio is 6:5. So I'm going to draw 6 boxes for my sugar and then 5 for my waffle. And I know that there are 42 sugar. So these 6 boxes for the sugar equal 42. What's the value of each box? If I have 42 and I divide it by the 6 boxes, I get 7. So each box in my tape diagram has a value of 7. And my sugar and waffle are the same value also. So how many waffle cones would be sold? Here are my waffle cones, 7 times 5. There are 35 waffle cones. Now we're on to problem 2. During a class selection, the ratio of students who voted for candidate A compared to voted for candidate B was 4:3. If there were a total of 56 votes, how many were for candidate A and how many for candidate B? This time I'm going to use a ratio table. You could have also used a tape diagram for this one, so we could use either strategy. We've got our same steps. 1, what's being compared? We're comparing student A, candidate A, to candidate B. What's the ratio? 4 for A, 3 for B. And now I'm going to use a ratio table to set up my problem. So I'm going to have candidate A, candidate B. I know that there are 4 for A to 3 for B. That gives me a total of 7. My next piece of information is that there are 56 total votes. So what's happening to go from 7 to 56? Multiplying by 8. So every other part of my ratio table has to be multiplied by 8. So how many for candidate A? 32 votes, and 24 for B equals our total 56. Again, you could have also used a tape diagram showing 4, 3, knowing the total, and then you would still get the same answer. This last one is a little different, but we can still use the same strategy to solve. So this time, at a grocery store, the price of 4 cans of soup is $3.48. At this rate, how much would 6 cans cost? We're going to use a ratio table to help us with this. What's being compared? Now we have cans, the number of cans to the cost. we know that 4 cans cost $3.48, and we want to know how much money for 6. So I'm going to set up a ratio table. What's being compared? What to what? Cans to cost. So I'm going to say 4 cans, $3.48. What would your next step be? Pause and tell me what your next step would be. I'm going to find the unit rate. I'm going to find how much for 1 can. If I find how much for 1 can, I can find how much money it would cost for 6 cans, 12 cans, 48 cans, however many cans. So to do that, what's happening when I go from 4 to 1? I'm dividing by 4. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other part of the ratio. $3.48 divided by 4 is going to get me the cost for 1 can, the unit rate. Remember my decimal. 8 is 32. 4 times 7 is 28. So 1 can is 87 cents. But I want to know how much money for 6 cans. So now I'm going to multiply by 6. Both sides of the ratio. And I'm going to do 87 cents times 6. And I get $5.22. So my ratio table helped me get to the unit rate and then multiplied it by the answer. You're going to do the back of the paper on your own. Leave me any questions, comments, concerns at the bottom and let me know how you're doing. You've got this.